She broke the nexus at the top of women's tennis in a heartbeat, then took the game to another level. Steffi Graf arrived on the international tennis scene to a closed shop. Two players, Martina Navratilova and Evert, had exchanged the world #1 ranking for 7 long years, alternating as winners of Grand Slam titles in 15 consecutive tournaments from 1982 to 1985. Graf, who hailed from the small town of Brühl in Germany, set about changing all this with her characteristic industrious ways. Introduced to the game at 3 by her insurance salesman father Peter, and almost immediately a star junior, Graf had turned professional in 1982, and by 1987, she was ready. Soon enough, she would be utterly unstoppable. Blessed with a lethal topspin forehand shot, a powerful serve, and lightning speed around the court, she was still a teenager, but clearly a force to be reckoned with. Aside from that, she had an unquenchable thirst for winning, a toughness that would shine out for years to come. I think I was always tough as iron, I think even as a child. Graf first conquered the mighty left-hander Navratilova at the French Open in 1987, having lost an epic US Open semi-final to her the year before. She would reach #1 in the world later in the year, but in 1988, the baton was passed even more unequivocally.
The other day came 17-year-old Maureen Connolly, already America's lady champion.
Only 2 women had won the Grand Slam, defined by victories in all 4 major tournaments in the same calendar year. American Maureen Connolly in 1953 and Australia's Margaret Court in 1970. Graf beat Evert in straight sets at the Australian Open in January, then produced perhaps her most ruthless ever performance at the French, taking just 34 minutes and humiliating Natasha Zvereva of Belarus 6-love, 6-love in the final. At Wimbledon, Graf took another step forward, coming from a set down to beat Navratilova in the final, a crushing 6-1 in the 3rd set, so that only the US Open in New York remained in her quest. By this time, Graf had embellished her feats by winning the Olympic gold medal in Seoul, South Korea, tennis having returned to the Games for the first time since 1924. In New York, she was relentless again, not losing a single set until the final against Gabriela Sabatini, a match she nevertheless won comfortably. Graf had achieved the apparently impossible, not only winning the Grand Slam, but taking Olympic gold as well. It became known as the Golden Slam. Only Margaret Court, with 24 singles slams, and Serena Williams, who won her 23rd in Australia in January 2017, have more than Graf's final total of 22, secured between 1987 and 1999. Her 21st came at the 1996 US Open, her 2nd straight US win over Monica Seles.
Yeah, I felt today I really needed to take time during points, and I did that because at times I was like in the end of the first set and a bit of the beginning of the second set, I was really nervous, and I felt like I wanted to really calm down and be ready for every point, concentrate on where I wanted to hit it, and I did that really well.
But Graf retired abruptly at 30, having battled illness and injury. She had also endured a tough period in which her father Peter had been jailed for tax fraud involving her personal affairs, although the presiding judge had cleared her of any wrongdoing. She had been world #1 for 377 weeks, a record, and her 186 consecutive weeks with the mantle from 1987 to 1991 has only been matched by Williams. She married the American player Andre Agassi in 2001, a pairing that could boast 30 Grand Slam singles titles, and they had 2 children. Steffi Graf, a woman who never especially craved the spotlight, slipped into the background, appearing briefly at her beloved Roland Garros, venue of her first and last Grand Slam win.
I think just being here, honestly. I mean, just kind of soaking in the atmosphere. I mean, there's certainly, you know, a lot of memories that go through my mind, but you know, there's also a little curiosity every time I come back. Is like, what has changed?
Steffi Graf's records may be erased, but the memories will remain forever.